Hi guys, my name is Mithun and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this YouTube tutorial, I'm going to show you the differences between two of my most favorite screen recording softwares called Snagit and OBS. To be very honest with you, I don't even think that these two softwares can be compared with each other, but since both of these softwares offer you video recording and screen recording options, on top of that, both of these softwares usually capture the webcam as well if configured right. It makes sense to actually compare them and see which one comes on top of the other. On top of that, I am also going to recommend one of my favorite softwares, which is PepoCloud. Technically, PepoCloud is a web application, which means you don't have to install anything on your computer. And PepoCloud is a hybrid platform, which means that it has all the features that OBS offers, and on top of that it also has all the features that Snagit offers, which means you can seamlessly record your computer screen and share it with your colleagues after adding edits using the inbuilt editor available at PepoCloud web application. So now moving on to the comparison, as you can see on my screen I have TechSmith's Snagit web page and even OBS's web page opened up. As you can see right off the bat, Snagit is pretty much a simple screen capture and recording software. This means that you will not be getting any video editing software along with it. In fact, if you want to have a video editing software, you will have to actually purchase Camtasia, which is a completely different software and has a lot more features as compared to Snagit. Snagit, in my honest opinion, is used for screen capturing and recording tiny portions of the screen and converting them into various formats such as GIF and MP4. The fact that Snagit is a premium software and its editor does not actually support any level of video editing other than trimming the videos is actually disappointing. On the other hand, if I talk about OBS, OBS is a completely free broadcasting software, which means that it is open source and you can use it, you can modify it and even sell it if you want. So there is no limitation to the software. The only problem is that this software needs to be configured from the get-go. You will not have a ready-to-go platform such as PepoCloud or Snagit, and you will have to add sources, switch between scenes, and you will have to learn a lot of things in order to actually make your screen recording or your broadcast session look professional. As you can see on my screen, OBS is available for Windows, Mac OS and Linux operating system, which means that you are not just limited to Windows and Mac OS like Snagit. If you want to use OBS on the Linux platform, you can also do that without any problem. If I come to the Snagit's support and features, you will see that it is actually used and supported by many platforms such as PowerPoint, Word, Excel, Outlook, Google Drive, TechSmith Screencast, TechSmith Camtasia, TechSmith Nomia, Box, Email, Dropbox, Slack, and many other platforms such as YouTube, Twitter, and File Explorer. So it is a great premium software which comes with support for many platforms and many inbuilt softwares as well. So you can actually expect it to work seamlessly in your computer if it is a Mac OS or a Windows PC. Now coming to the OBS. Although OBS is a free broadcasting software, it is still one of the most used and one of the most respected broadcasting and screen recording platforms out there. And that talks a lot about how much you can do with OBS in terms of recording, streaming, and even hosting a very powerful broadcasting session. I've even heard people using this in complicated OBS YouTube live stream session. So it's not something that you can just get started with. You'll have to learn a few things to make sure that your outputted video is of high quality. One more thing that I wanted to mention is that if you are somebody who does a lot of Twitch stream, you can actually get started with OBS right away. Unfortunately, Snagit cannot be used for streaming purposes. It does not have any broadcasting feature added to it. So if you want a software that could actually help you broadcast your screen or your gameplay or whatever you want, you have to stick with OBS or Streamlab. Streamlab is a limited version of OBS. It is basically OBS with a bunch of bells and whistles that you don't actually need. So I'm gonna still recommend you to stick with OBS for that purpose. Now let's talk about the pricing. Pricing is the part where OBS completely wins this game, because the free version of Snagit is actually a very limited free version, which means that they only offer you a free trial, which means that after a few weeks you will have to actually upgrade, or the software will completely stop working. One of the things that irritated while using Camtasia or even Snagit was the fact that although it lets you capture the screen, when you try to export it after adding all the effects and feature, it tells you to purchase the software, which is sort of an unethical way of asking people to upgrade your account. If you needed to tell them that this account is no longer active, and if the trial version is over, you should actually tell them right when the software is started, instead of like letting people waste all of their time and effort in designing a screen capture, and then when exporting time comes, you let them know that, hey, you know what, you need to upgrade to a premium account. So for that reason, I completely would ignore Snagit and stick with PepoCloud or OBS. But unfortunately, OBS does not offer any screen capturing solution right out of the box, so you will have to do some tricks to capture your screen. On top of that, OBS does not actually come packed with an editor, which means that you will have to edit everything on a image editing software, or you will have to use Canva to make edits and add effects if you want. But if I compare it with Snagit, in the long run, and considering all the features that OBS comes packed with, OBS is the clear winner here. Again, if you talk about capturing the screen, I think Snagit has a bunch more options in the Snagit editor, which can be used to add arrows, blur any subject, or even add particular things in the background. Snagit editor can also be used as an image editor, which could easily replace Photoshop in your computer. So I think for that reason, Snagit is a clear winner if you want a screen capture software. But if you want a screen recording software, OBS is the benchmark in the market today. You don't need any other software, even if you're on Linux, because this particular software is available on Linux as well. So if you are actually thinking of investing on Snagit for recording your screen, I would completely recommend OBS over it. And if you don't want to install software at all, I would strongly recommend you to give PepoCloud a try. Now, let me talk about the style that is used by OBS to help you record the screen. Unlike any other software, when you actually open up OBS, you will see that it has a black screen. Let me show you how it looks. And boom, I have removed all the sources. Now you have a completely black screen. And if you're a newbie who actually migrated from Snagit or Camtasia or any other web recording software, you will see that this does not actually make sense. Any other software would start recording the screen right away, or ask you which particular display you want to record. So that's where the things can get confusing. But if you remember me, I had told you that this is a bare bone software. This is an open source software, which means you will have to configure everything. You will have to add sources in which you can select which particular screen to record, and you can select whatever option you want, and you can pretty much do whatever you want in terms of broadcasting, recording, and even going live on YouTube. So that's how powerful OBS is when it comes to streaming and broadcasting. So that was my tutorial for you, and I hope you have a complete understanding of how to select one of these softwares for a particular use case scenario. Drop your doubts in the comment section below, and like this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see similar videos in the future. I will see you in my next tutorial. Till then, take care and bye-bye.